हो गया सबका हो गया रेडी। बालेश्वर में जो दर्दनाक दुर्घटना हुई उसके तुरंत बाद सभी ने मिलके, रेलवे ने, बालेश्वर के, सोरो के, भद्रक के साथियों ने, बंधुओं ने, जिला प्रशासन ने, सब ने मिलके तुरंत रेस्क्यू का काम चालू किया था। रेस्क्यू के साथ साथ रेस्टोरेशन का काम रेस्क्यू कंप्लीट होते होते रेस्टोरेशन का काम भी साथ चलने लगा। और अभी जिस तरह से तेज़ी से काम चल रहा है, 2 लाइन करीब जो मेन लाइन है उसमें पटरी का काम कंप्लीट हो गया है, ऊपर बिजली के तार का और बाकी सब चीज़ों का काम चल रहा है। साथ ही साथ आज बालेश्वर डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल में हो, सोरो के मेडिकल में हो, भद्रक के मेडिकल में हो और कटक के मेडिकल में सब जगह पेशेंट्स के साथ भी जिस तरह से उनकी अच्छी चिकित्सा की सुविधा हो रही है वो भी देख के आए। और सब जगह प्रयास ये चल रहा है कि देश भर में जहाँ से भी पैसेंजर्स आए थे जो इस दुर्घटना में रहे अनफॉर्चुनेटली, उन सब के परिवारजनों के साथ संपर्क करने का भी रेलवे के जरिए से राज्य सरकारों के साथ मिलके पूरी तरह से उसका प्रयास भी चल रहा है। जिस सिचुएशन में ये दुर्घटना हुई है, और जो परिस्थितियां हैं उन सब को ध्यान में रखते हुए जो कुछ अब तक का एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव इंफॉर्मेशन मिली है उस सब को ध्यान में रखते हुए आगे की इंक्वायरी के लिए, आगे के इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए इस केस को, इस पूरे मामले को CBI के पास देने का रेलवे बोर्ड की तरफ से रिकमेंडेशन किया जा रहा है। धन्यवाद।
Right, so that's the big development that's coming in from Ashwini Vaishnaw, ladies and gentlemen, that the Railway Board has recommended a CBI probe into this entire accident where close to 300 people have lost their lives, over 1,000 people have been injured. The latest development that's coming in is that Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw has said that the clearance operations are still underway. Those visuals on your screen, the electrification work has started on the ground and the signaling work is being tested. The signals are being tested to ensure that something like this doesn't happen again. But the other news that's coming in is that Ashwini Vaishnaw has said that the Railway Board has recommended a CBI investigation into this entire disaster that has claimed the lives of close to 300 people. Kamalika Sengupta is joining us on the phone line. Kamalika, so that big development coming in, Ashwini Vaishnaw says that the Railway Board has recommended a CBI investigation into this to come up with some, clearly he's pointing out that there is a criminal angle behind this entire thing. In your opinion, is this a clear case of negligence, or is the Railway Minister hinting at something bigger?
I think the Railway Minister is hinting at something bigger to it, because obviously there is this Railway Commission, which was like Railway, which were actually doing the investigation initially. They allowed that they have come up with a prima facie report, right? But Chelsea, there is something more to it. That's what the perception is on ground zero also. So maybe, how is this possible? This is a big question. That how is this possible that first the green signal was given to the upline, if that is true, that's what we are getting it from the different sources, and the fact that this interlocking system there is some problem with the signaling. That's what the bureaucrats doing the press conference in Delhi also today said the same thing. So there was some problem with this entire signaling thing. Now, who is behind this? Who operates that? Why he has done that? Why is this a group conspiracy theory? So an independent agency that it is required to to obviously investigate this from an independent perspective. Number two is also the way the opposition has started murmuring now that this is obviously a major tragedy, but the opposition has started voicing out that the railway minister should resign, that generally railways are not looked after, and all those allegations which are coming up from Congress, from Mamata Banerjee. So this obviously is putting somewhat a pressure on the rail ministry, and that's why also this type of this CBI investigation is ordered. That's what the experts say. So obviously the theory is not only that there was a mistake, but the theory is something more to it. If we remember Ganeshwari Express, which was one of the biggest 148 people died. There too, Mamata Banerjee, when she was the rail minister, she handed over it to CBI. So that was, today also she has referred that incident because there is a lot of words between both the parties now on who, when Mamata Banerjee was the rail minister, how many people died, and then after 2000 people, 2014, how many accidents. But definitely the railways are, in one way, what railway is showing that they are, in war foot, they are doing the restoration work. In one day, the magnitude of the accident was massive. The way in one day they have cleared, they have grounded the bogies and they're trying to correct the traffic, railway traffic. That is indeed obviously commendable. So they're trying to show they're doing that restoration work. They are standing by people. They're making all necessary arrangements. And third and most important thing, that the reason for which all questions are coming up is almost 300 lives. Now, there obviously this type of investigation might give some solace to the people who have died and might give some answer to the opposition. So that is why this projection. And obviously, the railways wants to go deep and find out that who is actually behind it and what's the plot.
Right. So clearly it seems that the government is trying to cover all its bases by giving this entire investigation to the CBI. But Kamalika, at the same time, we were discussing about that incident which happened in February where a major disaster was averted in the Mysore region, where there was a similar glitch in the locking system, but the locomotive pilot didn't go onto the wrong line, and this was flagged off by the railway officials. Are these two situations very similar? Because the opposition's charge is that a similar kind of snag took place in Mysore back in February, but no action was taken, and now we're seeing the consequences of what can go wrong because of that snag. Are these two incidents exactly similar, where in one point a disaster was averted, but in this case, close to 300 people have lost their lives?
There obviously is a similarity, and that's where the alarm bell was raised, and that letter is there in the open domain. So, after that report came out. So in that case, obviously, that is also putting a big question on the rail ministry. So for the last 48 hours, there are innumerable questions that has come in front of the rail ministry, and obviously they have to answer. So in one way, as I was pointing out, that obviously the opposition point is what? The opposition is saying that the ministry is busy in inaugurating Vande Bharat, and they are not looking after the safety and security of the railway. They are questioning that now railway budget is not there. So these are the other questions which are coming because this incident has taken place. If this incident would not have taken place, then nobody would have got this chance to ask this question. So now that is the reason for which the railways has to introspect inside, and also they have to see that whether there is something more to it. And yesterday, the rail minister said that he does not see any sabotage. But was there any pre-planned planning, do something, who was behind it? All these questions are very leading questions that they have to answer, and that's why the CBI investigation.
Absolutely. So the